Okay, never mind. I'll play this guy instead. This is a Georgian or Armenian guy. I guess the flag looks like Georgia. Thought he was Armenian actually, but anyway. Okay, so A6. Let's have some fun. Play some Gambit style chess. Bishop B4. Gambit declined. That's very sad. Alright, so I'll play Queen C2. Castles. Bishop D2. I want to play G5, but I have to do it at the right moment. Play E3. Bishop D3 next. Maybe he'll just ignore it. Maybe he won't even take. Maybe he'll just play Knight E4 here and completely just ignore it, which would be rather funny. Okay, so now if he's going to play DC4, G5, this is kind of what I was hoping for. Something where I'm getting some attacking chances. So probably he'll take and play B5, Bishop D3, something along these lines. Or C5 also, Bishop D3. Maybe G6, H4. I mean, I'm trying to play something a little bit silly. This is kind of long. This is more like Jobava style than anything else. Takes E5. So if I take Queen D5. So if I take with the pawn, he'll take with the knight. So I mean, why not just go for it? Why not just play H5? All in. Just mate him. So takes. I'll take. I'll check. If he plays Rook F7, then I have Rook H7. If he moves the king, I take with check. This is pretty ugly. So now I'll play Rook takes H7. So it's okay. So Queen E7. I think I just take on G6, and it's just brutal. I mean, just really brutal. That was pretty ugly. So let's see. So Knight F3. I'll play a Dutch. This might turn into some kind of English though if he ends up playing like D3. If he plays D4, it'll stay true. But if he plays D3, yeah, this is going to turn into some kind of English, I guess. If he plays G3 here, yeah, it's just going to turn to a standard English. So, Bishop G5, okay, I'll take. I had this position against, I think, Artemiev, was it maybe? In the World Blitz and Rapid, I think it was. So this is a known variation. This C6. Probably he'll go Knight F4, I'll go King H7. Takes, or maybe Rook E1 here, or B5, I guess. Makes some sense. I can play Bishop D7, maybe. I'm not crazy about the position that I've gotten into. Probably just Bishop D7, but let's see. Maybe just... Actually, I'll just play Queen D7, because here, if he plays Rook E1, I have Rook A2. Strange position. Quite strange. Rook E1, Rook A2 maybe. So Queen F3, also a reasonable move. I'll play Rook A6 to protect the pawn. And so really the issue I have here is that my... although do I have an issue? I can play Bishop A7 now. Now Rook B2, and now I'll offer a repeat and then I'll change my mind. Okay, so he clearly wants... He doesn't mind repeating. So Queen C7 might allow some Knight E6? Maybe? Something really weird. Huh. Maybe Queen A7 makes sense here, actually. Yeah, maybe just Queen A7. Now on Rook B1, I can play Bishop B6, I think. And if he moves the rook away, then I'll go g5, bishop e6, complete my development. Right, so he did play rook b1, so now I think I can play bishop b6. I don't see why this doesn't work. Maybe I'm going to lose spectacularly, but I don't actually see it here. I mean, probably we're going to end up in some endgame. He's going to just take on b6 and then take on c6, and probably still pretty good drawing chances, but it's going to be interesting. So knight e6. Okay, so this move I did see, but now if I take and I play king g7, I think I'm just really good here because, okay, so c5. So he saw that I was going to play bishop f2, but now I think I can, if I take, what is going on here actually? So if I take on c5, queen c6 could be a big problem actually. So that, he might have just found a really nice idea. This could be a slight problem. So if I take on c5, he plays queen c6. If I take, I'm in big trouble. If I take and play queen c7, or if I just play d5 maybe. Yeah, maybe I just have to play d5 and just admit that something's gone badly wrong here. Not really ideal, but such is life. Maybe king takes f8, queen c6, bishop b7 was also possible. No, that hung with b7. Maybe there's something better than this. I'm not actually sure. Okay, so he takes, I'll take. So we'll enter some endgame now. So now he has queen e3 here? Because on takes he has queen e8 check. That was rather nice. Yeah, I should not have played it like this. I should have played it slightly differently. I could have taken queen c6, bishop a7 was probably the correct way to play it. That was not very smart. Anyway, I'll be right back, everybody. Gonna run to the restroom in a second after this game ends. So let's see. Okay, yeah. Let's see. Okay, I think I'll play someone at the top again. One thing I don't like is playing these guys for like 2600, where you get like +2 for a win, and then you lose like 15 if you play a bad game. I just find that frustrating after a while. Let's see. Is Eric here still? No, or is he? Maybe. Unclear. Or actually, okay, I'll play the same guy again, I guess, if there's no one else out here. Okay. Oh, well, what? Oh, I thought I accepted, oh. That was... Wait, what am I playing? Is this normal chess, or... Is this a giveaway or normal? Wait, what? Oh, okay. This is very strange. I'm confused by what exactly just happened here. But okay, that was very strange. Alright, so it's pretty random nonsense. The knight g3 maybe. Probably I'll play bishop d6. Play h4. h5. Bishop d3. Just play something weird. Try and create something. Probably he'll take, maybe not, or queen c7. So he keeps refusing to take, so he's going to make me have to play some kind of Carl structure, but this should be good. So e4, knight d7, I'll play e5, f4. With this h6, h5, h6 structure, this should be quite good for white. I kind of wanted to castle long, but I think I'll go short and play rook e1 maybe. Although I just allowed some kind of f5 maybe, which was a little bit unnecessary perhaps, but I'll take. And oh, he took with the g pawn. Interesting. I thought he would take with the knight. So now I think I have knight f5, and this should be pretty good. Queen h7, knight d6, king c7 takes, rook e6 looks to be good. I'm not sure if it is. Yeah, so knight d6, king c7, I'll take. Take on e6. Knight f8, rook f6 looks pretty disastrous. And anything else, I just put a knight on f5, and the knight is just so beautiful. Just can't be touched. There are all these weaknesses. This knight on f5 with pawns on f6 and h6 is just so nice. In fact, it also, I control the e file as well, so it's just, this is pretty much just already over. Now I can even just play rook e7. That's how bad this position is for black. But I can even just exchange all the rooks, and it's just terrible. So yeah, so I'm not surprised that you resigned that. Okay, so I'll play something different. Very different at that. So I think I confused him a little bit. So knight d2, I'll play bishop g7, e3, d6, probably bishop e2, maybe bishop d3. I'll play h5. Now the question is c5 or e5. e5 looks more in line because I want to play e5, f5. So I guess I'll play e5. c5, d5 is also fine, but I really want to put this pawn here on f5. And with the c5, d5 structure, it's not as good. Not as attractive, I should say. So I'll just play f5 anyway. So he wants to exchange on the h file, which is fine, except he's kind of behind in development a little bit. So when he offers to exchange, I mean, he has to probably trade queens now. So if I get queen h4, he's probably just in a lot of trouble. So bishop d2, I'll play something. b6, not my ideal move here, certainly, but it seems reasonable enough. Now I'll bring my king back to e8. Rook h1, bishop g7. Let's see. E4, F4 always. I just want to develop my knight. Like bishop E6, knight D7 is the ideal. That'd be the nice next two moves. So takes, bishop F3. He played GF, okay. So bishop E6, knight D7. Pretty boring, pretty equal, but still, the game goes on. So F4, interesting move. I'll play knight D7. I'll let him exchange on E5 maybe. The king F7. He has bishop H5, king F8. Still seems fairly balanced, I would say. I can probably take. Yeah, I can just take. Because bishop H5, I have king F8. And if he exchanges, I mean, again, not a whole lot is happening here, but the game goes on. So knight F5. I actually overlooked this move, so I'll just take. So takes king F6, or king E6, I guess. This is not really what I was hoping for. Actually, I think I blundered. I think takes an E4 might have been extremely strong. But anyway. Bishop C3, so he's trying to play. Over here I'll play knight E7, I guess. Or not. Or rook D8 maybe. Just very equal, unfortunately. Just a very boring endgame. So now I have knight D4, I'll go king D7. Knight F4, I'll probably go king D7 anyway. I guess he has rook D1 now. I kind of overlooked that. So let's see. So if I go king C8, knight D6. So king E8, knight D6, king F8, knight E6, king G8, check. Looks like I'm holding on. Not by much, mind you, but maybe. Or maybe I'm not holding on at all, actually. I think rook H1 was winning. Now after rook G1, I still have knight G6. And I still can pretend to fight on. Probably still very bad, but maybe it's not completely lost. Maybe. Very hard to know. But okay, so knight F4, so I can just take, I think. Knight G6 I can take. Rook G6, king H7. So probably he'll take on G6, I would think. Knight F5. Let me just play rook C8. E4, just bishop F8. Make sure there are no checks anymore. Now I can just regroup, bring my king to F7 maybe. Actually, I just allowed E5. Yikes. Now I kind of have to just kill the position. Although is he trying to win this somehow? Seems rather unlikely he's going to win this, but... Wait, did he just blunder the knight? Okay, now this gets interesting. Oops. Alright. Alright. So I'll play this guy 2 more times. Let's see, what's he gonna do? Bishop G4? C5, so he's gonna play like penguin. Okay, so this is very classical. Which way to take? I'll take with the knight. This is probably not the best, but I'll go for it. Knight C6, I'll take. Play knight D2. Probably play C4 next move. Knight F3, probably takes. Queen A1. Queen b6. Now I can play like knight e5 maybe. Bishop d4 actually. Bishop d4 makes a lot of sense. If he takes, I have rook b1 queen c, or I thought I had rook b1 queen c2. Maybe I'm insane. Good chance I'm actually just insane. So he played queen b7. I could play like rook c1 maybe. Bishop f5, and I'll play like knight e5 maybe, or takes, and still not a whole lot here. It's very hard to create much play. So I'll just play knight d2, so on rook a8 I can play queen b2. Probably play for some bishop f3, try to put some pressure on these pawns here. It's not ideal, but it's a start. So h3, h5. I could play g4 here, but I don't really like it. I think I'll just play bishop f3, just play simple chess. Maybe force him to play bishop e6, and then I'll play like, do I have rook a? Rook a1 does not do anything, he just takes. So if I take on a3, and I take on d5, and I play like b4, maybe this is the way forward. So I'll take, and I'll play b4. And now I'll try to run this outside pass pawn straight down the board. So rook a2, I'll play knight b3. Knight e4, I'll take. Maybe g4, or I can just take. Maybe just take's the simplest. So now I can play f3 or rook c7. F3, rook b2 maybe is a problem. Knight d4, rook b2, knight c6 maybe. Maybe just rook c7, just simple chess. Probably still a draw, but rook b4, rook e7, maybe there's some hope of a little something. e5 is a surprising move to see, because now I can go knight d7. d4. What is going on here? Okay, so d4. So if I take, he takes on e3. If I play f3, bishop f5, no, f3, d3. So I kind of have to take. So I'll take. Probably king g8. I'll take. Now you can take g2, take b4, takes g2. And I didn't see that. Oof. Not good. Okay, so now I have to try to swindle him on time or something ridiculous, so just see what I can do. Though, allowing this knight g4 trick was not really the best thing to do. Still, obviously, it's a draw, but oh wow, so g5, okay. So I can play rook d7, force a draw. I mean, I don't really see what I'm doing with rook a7, but it'll be a draw, so it's just how it goes. Rook b5, wow. So I'm really kind of confused by what's going on in this game. Like, okay, if he's gonna play like this, maybe I have to kind of force a draw somehow. Okay, fine, I'll just check. Or he's gonna play on. Okay, so I don't really understand what's going on in this game, but yeah, that was strange. Okay, so I'll play this guy 2 more and that's it. So, all right. So I'm playing something really weird. So we'll see what he's going to do, how he's going to react to it. Okay, so he played d5. Interesting. Okay, so I'll play knight c5. So he just gave me a free square, which is interesting. Queen c8. Queen d7. I don't want to have some bishop a4 nonsense, so I'll play e5. So he'll take. I'll play knight e6, or I'll play knight c6. Interesting. Play. I'll just play f6. King h7. Maybe he'll play f4. Maybe not. Just take. I don't know why I just took on f4. That was kind of stupid. Rook f4. I can play knight e6. I can also just play knight f7 hangs a pawn. Okay. So knight e6. h4. And now I'll play queen e8. Try to pick up this pawn here. Now here I could play f5. That is a reasonable try. In fact, I think I will do it. Just to cut the diagonal. I do have knight d4 here as well, so I have to pick the poison that I want. Knight d4, queen d2. This does not look good. So if I take ef5, g5, rook e4, if I just take, but I can also just take, maybe, and just take on f5 with the pawn. d1, bishop e5, queen d2, maybe just f4 or king g7. It's pretty terrible, but let's see. Just play king g7. So king h1, really, he has time to just waste a move. So I have bishop g3 is queen c3. Okay, so maybe just queen g6 because knight e7. I have queen g3 threatening mate. And already maybe it's not so clear. So let's just see. Alright, so queen d3. Now can I go queen g3 here and just... I probably can, but I don't see the point. I think rook e8. His rook on h4 is really stupid here, so I don't really see the point to doing that. So he takes, I take, and what is he threatening? So queen e2, so I have knight d4, for example, which I think is really strong. Somehow this all went really wrong for him. Now I'll play queen g5, probably queen f2. I'll play rook e6 just to get rid of this very annoying pawn. Play f4, just box in the rook now completely. This rook is just stuck here. The queen has to protect it. Knight c3, I'll just take this pawn here on c4. And this is pretty much lost, I think. So queen e1, okay, reasonable move to try and create something. I'll just play rook d8 just to double the rooks on the d file probably at some point. I think I can just take, yeah, I can just take this on queen e4. I have rook d1. So alright, so I'll play one more and then I think I'll pick someone. I'll play someone random. One last quick game. So he's playing AC. He keeps playing this A6 line again. I'm gonna. This worked so well the first time. I might as well do it again. So C5, and I'll play G5. Probably takes, and something weird. Again, probably knight C5, probably, but I don't know for sure. B4 probably is a bad move, so now I'm just giving him a free pawn. But again, he doesn't seem to want the free pawn, so I'm just gonna exchange probably king d8, knight e5, or knight d2. Though here this isn't so clear, because his king now on d8, I mean, it's completely fine, but e4 is weak, g7 is weak. He hasn't developed any pieces really, and I'm going to castle next move without a doubt, so this isn't quite so simple. So knight d7, okay, so now I'm definitely going to castle, make him take on d2. Step 1. Oh, he doesn't want to. He wants to go king e7. Okay, so I'll take on e4. Rook g8. Now I'll play rook d4. Try and hit this bishop, force it off the square. Plays a5. Probably I'll play a3. Okay, if he goes there, then now I have this big check on a3, and this looks pretty terrible. Maybe bishop c4 or knight d6. I'll just put the bishop on c4. Seems logical. b5, I'll just take f7, rook d1, and just put my king on b1. c7, maybe knight c5, just knight e6 next move. d8, I'll just take, I'll check, king f7, and then I'll take on d7, and it should be lost, because I have rook e7 check coming.